Hi everybody, this is Father Warner D'Souza. We're looking at the text today of Luke chapter 17, verses 20 to 25 in our continuation of our study of the Gospel of Luke. Jesus never defined the kingdom of God. He always compared it to something. To define it would be to limit the kingdom of God. For the kingdom of God is this, and yet it's much more. The Gospels present the parables of the kingdom of God unfolding as one of three realities. The kingdom is a future reality. It's also a present reality, already but not yet, or is a reality that, as we sometimes read, has overtaken us. Luke in chapter 17, verse 20, all the way to chapter 18, verse 8, is dealing with the larger pericope of today's text, and which highlights fidelity while waiting for the Son of Man. These are exhortations put together by Luke regarding the end time, or what is called the eschatological matter. When days are cheery and bright, one does not think of the Lord, but should that dark cloud of persecution hang over, as we see in Luke chapter 17, verse 25 and 33, then one looks for the Lord, seeking Him anywhere, one might suggest. But this larger text is not all doom and gloom, for we are told that while God may seem to be delayed, His people won't be denied, for the righteous will be vindicated, as we see in chapter 18, verse 1 to 8. So the text of today is preceded by the healing of the 10 lepers. Jesus has just healed 10 lepers, as we read in chapter 17, verse 11 to 19, and the cleansing of the lepers was one of the messianic signs of the inauguration of the kingdom of God. Yet these narrow-minded Pharisees, who for Luke's community could also be the Pharisees who have now become the followers of Christ, are unable to see and comprehend God's kingdom. This in spite of the great miracle that just unfolded before their eyes. The Pharisees' question presumes that the kingdom of God is yet to come and will be visible like an earthly kingdom. For them, the kingdom of God is a matter of sight rather than insight. For Jesus, there will be no external signs to foretell its coming, because it is already here, but is still invisible. Jesus says, the kingdom of God is among you, or as some translations read, the kingdom of God is within you. Enthos, umen in Greek, literally in your midst or among you. The greatest sign is the person of Jesus Himself, who at the beginning of His public ministry already announced its arrival. Today, when we listen to the news, we can easily feel overwhelmed. Nothing seems to be peaceful or joyful. God's activity seems to have disappeared. Hence, Jesus, as He does today, also warned His disciples not to be distracted by scaremongers and prophets who claim private revelations about the end of the world. Talking to His disciples, Jesus encourages them not to get worked up or even overly curious about the end times and the second coming of the Son of Man. Instead, let them concentrate on the here and now and ponder on Jesus' own teaching. It is our world. We have to shape it and care for it with patience and courage. God's presence and His kingdom is still active. Every time somebody acts out of love, you see there God and His kingdom. Where there is justice, no matter how small, there is God's kingdom. Where there is beauty, there too is God's kingdom. God bless you, and do subscribe to this channel. Have a blessed day, everybody.